All right, good afternoon, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Green Tech's 2020 graduating class of 2020. Everybody give it up for the class of 2020. We're excited to be here today. We have our first virtual graduation ever. So we're going to jump into it and we're going to acknowledge our young men and we're going to just celebrate their accomplishments because it's an amazing thing that these young men pulled off during a pandemic state. So we just want to have a great graduation and honor our young men for everything that they have done. So I will start off with the Dean of Students, Mr. Hunter.
Good morning, everybody. Students, this is our last time hearing this from me. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and our student pledge allegiance to the flag and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Student affirmation. I am a student seeking to be a scholar. The standard is excellence today and tomorrow. I am disciplined, focused, and on time. I am organized, respectful, and responsible. I am on a mission to elevate myself, my community, and humanity. Congratulations, gentlemen. You may be seated.
All right, next we're going to have the playing of the Black National Anthem. Give me 1 second as we go through. Legend did this special for you all.
Lift every voice and sing, till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Thank you.
That was by John Legend, special for you guys. We're next. We have a announcement from the board president, Pam Williams. She has been the board president for the past, I believe, 6 or 7 school years, and she has done an excellent job to assure governance and to make sure that this school runs successfully. So let's give it up for Pam Williams. She is our board president.
Thank you, Paul. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, it is my honor to welcome you, class of 2020, and congratulate you, your families, and friends as we all gather for your graduation from Green Tech. In spite of, or perhaps because of, the coronavirus pandemic, a worsening economy, and a long-sought fight on behalf of racial justice, you persevered. You met the unprecedented challenges of these last few months with determination. You succeeded. You graduated. The Green Tech community is proud of you. We send you on your next adventure with our love, hopes, and wishes for an excellent future. Michelle Obama, a woman of extraordinary abilities and perseverance, said it best. Just try new things. Don't be afraid. Step out of your comfort zones and soar. It is your turn now to lead and give us your best. Please do it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Williams, for your inspirational words. Next, I have a message prepared for you young men that I hope that you can take with you on the next phase of your life. You know, I just started off to say that I'm just so proud of you guys, and I'm proud of what you've been able to accomplish in spite of everything that's been going on with this pandemic, and that you still made it through and you pushed through. And it's been an honor and a blessing to watch you guys grow over these last 4 years from boys to young men to now men. And you guys came in, promised your mothers, your fathers that you would graduate in 4 years. We have a 94% graduation rate this year, still 100% acceptance to college. And I believe every young man who started with us and stayed with us, that means 100% of you guys ended up graduating if you stayed with us. So only the guys who left us were not able to graduate. So I'm so proud, and I just want to give you this brief message here. And so hopefully everybody, I know you're excited, but hopefully I'll say something you'll take with you. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. When you're born, the doctors desire to hear babies cry to make sure that they can breathe and that the air is in your lungs. At birth, you are born and your parents have given life to a fresh start. At birth, the first breath is the first breath of your timeline. We all have two things in common: our timeline, a born date, and an end date. Unfortunately, death is usually marked with sadness and pain, loss of breath, because there is no more air in your lungs. Birth is associated with life and new beginnings. The difference for you all is that after the first breath, not much is the same for any of you. You have different parents, different upbringings, experiences, and choices. Those differences are what makes you you, unique and special. Whether it's Mr. Mann's ability to play football, Mr. Spencer's ability to play the drums, Mr. Leslie's high intellect and GPA, among all the other talented, young, beautiful, black and brown young men who are graduating today. Once your timeline starts, one commonality with each other is your skin color. Society often views you as going from a cute boy to a man they fear. They often fear you because they don't understand you. They fear you because your skin color. They fear you because the world has created the narrative that the black man is dangerous. This is such a loaded but important topic. People are afraid of you, so they kill you. When adrenaline is involved, the body systems have two reactions: fight or flight. Do you run or do you attack? As we have seen recently, there have been more attacks than people who run. This makes you endangered instead of dangerous. According to the dictionary.com, I'm defining you as species at risk of extinction because of human activity, changes in climate, changes in predatory prey ratios, especially when officially designated as by a governmental agency. Let's discuss this. Human activity has to do with how society views you. Currently, due to our president making people in government believe that it's okay to openly show how they feel and that it's okay to disregard Black lives. His leadership has caused bravery, and what had been hidden has now surfaced. Historically, we went from being kings to slaves, free slaves, then to people who had laws designed to bound us and portray us as inferior, refuse us entry, refuse us education, housing, even free speech within the Jim Crow era. You could be killed for speaking to a white woman as little as 60 years ago. Some of you have grandmothers that were actually alive when this was so. It's not far removed. As a people, we fought hard. We fought for our rights. We fought to breathe. Progress occurred, and with progress, the racist experiences turned into covert racism. What does that mean? It means hidden racism. What happens when you don't want someone to know something? It gets pushed down, it gets twisted, and even gets blamed on someone else. They don't want you to know how they felt and became politically incorrect to say or do racist things. That does not mean that it did not exist. It just means people started to say, I don't see color. That could mean a lot. It could mean I'm not racist, but it also could mean I don't see you and I don't value who you are. Your value wasn't seen as people, and your value wasn't seen. And because people could not see who you are, they became fearful of you. There were drugs and drug laws designed to eradicate the Black and brown communities. And then laws were created for mass incarceration to make sure that all or too many young Black men like you are locked up. All of this has been designed to keep you systematically. Too many of us has become complacent and have accepted that role, the role that leads to extinction, the role that leads to you not being able to breathe. Achieving your diploma is one of the greatest steps you can take towards becoming mentally free. Freedom is a state of mind, but acquiring an education turns that mindset and projects it for the world to see. You are becoming the light, and MLK once said that only light can push out darkness. Those times we had to fight with you to get here, it's partly due to immaturity, and the other part is that you fell into being complacent and okay with what society says you should be. You are so much more than society has proven what they think of you. Your worth and breadth has the ability to change the world. Education just levels the playing field and gives you an open door to make your voices heard. Having your diploma has made you free to make a choice of how you want to proceed in life. You can go to college, get a job, a trade or skill, or you can decide to go backwards and be complacent. You have to make your choice of what's next for you and your timeline. Graduation is your birth and your beginning, not your end. Every good choice and every bad choice gets reset and you get to start over. If you have not been the best you can be, it's time to reinvent that. Take what you have learned at Green Tech and be your best determined self. As a Green Tech graduate, you now have the obligation to breathe. You have an obligation to make a difference in the world. You have made it to your second birth, your birth of a new mind, your birth of an educated Black mind who has the power and ability to do anything you desire. I discussed the systems that are designed to hold you back, but with your education, you need to be a part of redesigning the systems, the laws, the politics, law enforcement, financing, housing, and maybe even become educators. Without a diploma, your chances at being the change we want to see severely reduce. You instead become a statistic. You do not have to be a statistic anymore. You are not an endangered species anymore. You are dangerous. You are dangerous because you have the most powerful weapon known to man. You have an educated Black mind. All the ideas, inventions, and businesses all start with a thought. You have the tools to think at a higher level. Understand that iron sharpens iron, and now this is just the start of your journey. Seeking further knowledge, levels of education are crucial to leveling the unbalanced playing fields of our world, and our future depends on you. There are high schools across America that are graduating young Black men, not many that do as well as GTH does, 94% graduation rate, but all around the country, Black men have been given a new chance to breathe and a fresh start. How many of you are going to take this fresh start and use it to save the world? Our world is in so much chaos and confusion, and our identity is broken. You are Black men that give our world a new identity and shift the belief of our country, make changes to the systems from within. You got to be in it to win it, fellas. Please don't stop the fight. Please don't stop your education or pursuit of a career. Make a difference wherever you go. Shine your light so bright that your breath could be seen like a December day. Keep fighting until the world lets you breathe. Graduation is your birth, not your ending. Thank you, fellas. I appreciate you listening. Next, I will be introducing Dean of Students, Mr. Bong Bong himself, Mr. Seibert.
Thank you, Dr. Miller. Thank you, Mrs. Williams. Dr. Miller, that was amazing, and it's hard to follow. I would try my best. So, good afternoon, parents and families, board members, faculty, and of course, our graduating students. My name is Travis Seibert. I am the Dean of Students here at Green Tech High. Before I introduce the valedictorian and salutatorian, I want to speak to you about what it takes to be a part of the Green Tech family and the branches that make up that Green Tech tree. I wanted to start off by recognizing the backbone of our school, and as the teachers. I believe we have the most dedicated, hardworking, caring group of teachers in this area. Any teacher can stand in front of you and teach you a concept. but it takes a special teacher to not only teach you a concept, but to have personal relationships with students and to teach them and change their minds about education and about how important and valuable a quality education can be and how it can change your life. Our teachers form personal bonds with our students that last a lifetime. So thank you to all of our hardworking teachers. I also want to thank the amazing counseling team. I can only describe them as a group of crazy young ladies. They're crazy. They will do anything to make sure our young men are successful. They won't not take no for an answer, and their passion and dedication is unmatched. So thank you, Mrs. Aviza, Ms. Campbell, and Mrs. Hughes. To my fellow administrators, Dr. Miller, thank you for being a great leader. Mr. DeBarros, Dr. Lowe, Mr. Jones, Ms. Davis, Mr. Rodriguez, Mrs. Aviza, Dr. Haig, and last but certainly not least, Mr. Hunter. Every day we meet and discuss ways to make Green Tech better without compromising the integrity of a high standard education and the things that we expect at Green Tech. So I want to thank my fellow administrators. To the parents, our partners, the bridge to our young men. None of this would be possible without you. Juggling a job, a household, and a big head boy that's always talking about he's hungry. I don't want to do my chores. I don't want to go to school. And can I have money? Can be stressful. But mom and dad, you handle it, you do it, and you do it well. You look good doing it. 4 years ago, you brought your young man to us, and we promised you that if you met us halfway, that we would get your young man to walk across the stage and graduate. We did our part, and certainly parents, you did your part. Congratulations. And now to our graduates. Young men, you have conquered the impossible. With the exception of maybe your grandparents, no other generation has had to deal with what you had to deal with. The uncertainty of where we are headed had the adults worried. But you being fearless young men took on the challenge head on and came out on top. I'm proud of you, and like many others, admire you. Take this fighting spirit with you through your journeys in life, and I promise you, you will come out on top. Today is your first step into manhood. You have graduated from Green Tech, but you will always be family, and you'll always be a Green Tech Eagle. We don't forget our students. We are family for life. I do challenge you to come back, volunteer your time when you can. I challenge you to come back and speak to the young men that will come after you. That is my challenge to you, and I hope that each and every one of you accept it. I will end this by saying the words that you've heard a million times come out of my mouth in the 4 years you've been here. And I want you to say it with me on a count of three, 2 words. 1, 2, 3. Bong, bong, bong. There we go.
Whoa.
And now I have the honor and pleasure of introducing, okay, I still got bongs coming in, but you move yourself. Bong, bong. The honor of introducing our Green Tech valedictorian, salutatorian. Both of these young men are simply amazing. They're not just intelligent young men, excuse me, but they uphold the standards set forth to them by their parents, and they truly embody what a Green Tech scholar should be. I will start off by announcing our salutatorian, Mr. Preston Drew, excuse me. Mr. Drew had a GPA of 3.25 his senior year, and he will be attending Florida State in the fall. So congratulations, Brother Drew. A valedictorian is Mr. Kareem Leslie. Mr. Leslie had a 4.0 GPA his senior year, and that brother will be attending SUNY Albany in the fall. So I want to congratulate those 2 young brothers, give it up to them. And I want to congratulate all of you. It's been a fight, it's been love, it's been hate, it's been dislike, but we love each and every one of you. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we will introduce, I will introduce the first student speaker. And first student speaker really needs no introduction, but we have Nazir Sheldon. Nazir Sheldon is going to be graduating, and he was picked by his classmates to be one of the student speakers. So, Mr. Sheldon, I'm going to turn it over to you to do your thing, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Miller. Dear class of 2020, I want to first say thank you to my president, principal, my teachers, my parents, and most importantly, God. Thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity to speak on behalf of the class of 2020 and share my wonderful experience at Green Tech High Charter School. To all parents, without your dedication, your strength, your patience, and the love in your hearts, I honestly don't know how my peers and I will make it through our high school years. Thank you, teachers, for putting your best efforts in 24/7 and 7-Eleven. You always stayed persistent and picked us up to point us in the right direction when we thought it was time to call it quits. You figured out ways to motivate us that we could steer the ship to the finish line. Where did time go? I can remember leaving 8th grade graduation hearing that I was going to Green Tech. Oh boy, the look on my face when I thought I was finally done with uniforms and charter schools. Little did I know I would be back in uniforms starting to begin my new journey. There are a lot of pivotal moments that stand out in my memory, starting with boot camp, where I met who I thought was the strong guy in my building, Mr. Cyber, with his favorite saying, "Bonk." My science teacher, Mr. David Shea, and my history teacher, Miss Weber. Miss Weber was very different. She was fun, smart, and very talented, and also a little crazy, but in a good way. I always remember the day she came to class in her fair karate uniform. That's when I knew I had to be on my best behavior. I didn't want to get hit with one of those backflip, mid-air super kick combos I've seen on YouTube. I was always athletic and competitive, so I tried out for the freshman team, JV football team, and JV baseball team. The freshman team was a good experience, besides keeping the team warm for the starters. It gave me an opportunity to build a brotherhood and enjoy an experience for playing a real organized team. 10th grade was like my second step to success. I started to build a connection with the teachers and felt more comfortable to be who I am and not to be shy. I would come into the classroom saying my catchphrases, "Bugatti," and "Okay." Honestly, it was a little immature, but it was funny to my classmates. Later, I would retire my catchphrases because heading to 11th grade, I knew it was time to have a more serious mindset. I was halfway to the finish line, and I couldn't let myself or anything else become a distraction that would inhibit the success of others. If I'm supposed to be our brother's keeper, then I would do the things that are necessary to help all my brothers cross that finish line. 11th grade was very challenging and interesting. Being in class with my closest friends who were funny was challenging, especially in ELA. We would debate about food, sports, phones, and shoes while doing group work. Junior year, I became the GOAT for the baseball team, but that took a lot of responsibility and I was ready to do that. Coach Jensen was very funny and cool, but when it came to baseball, it was nothing but business, and he pushed all of us to become the best we could be on and off the field. He told me how to become a better leader, how to handle my attitude, and help me enhance my mechanics so that one day I'll make it to the big leagues. The day after the games, my guys will ask me the score of every game. Boy, oh boy. You guys are seniors. You are the leaders. Lead by example. These were the things we will hear every day. It was inspirational and meaningful to me. Once you put that blue shirt on, it was like I made it. I'm at the top, and now I got to leave my legacy to the underclassmen. 12th grade was getting ready for the real world and seeing how far we came. I personally felt like I was a school spirit guy. I just always loved walking into that building knowing that I put a smile on my teacher's face. I became more connected to the 6th graders because it's a good thing for them to know that they had a big brother to guide them in the right direction. Our football part early was special and fun. I remember hearing my name and raising that belt. I thought I was John Cena. Even though we had our losses, every moment on the football season was good. The brotherhood and bond we built was something special. Thanks to Coach Bratch for his dedication. He is a funny guy. At the end of my senior year, as the end of my senior year got closer, I had to stop procrastinating to see how smart I really am. I am thankful I got to build a bond with the counselors. My counselor was also about business, but she was fun and cool. She pushed me so much and made me realize that the real world was creeping slowly, and I was going to be on my own soon. Now that we made it to the end of our high school career, I want to remind my peers to never forget how we got here. Never forget who helped you. Never forget how many chances and mistakes we did and our teachers didn't throw in the towel. COVID and social injustice had caused us to live and think differently about our world. Let's take a moment of silence for all the victims of corona and the victims of racial violence. Our road is starting to change. Although our future plans have been slightly altered, I want to encourage you all to keep going towards success. There's only one thing you can ask yourself. Are you going to fall in or are you going to succeed and rise up against the negativity? Thank you and stay safe. This is not a goodbye. It's just a see you later. Like Buzz Lightyear said, to infinity and beyond. Until next time, 2020 out.
Good stuff, Mr. Sheldon. Our next speaker who is up is also the valedictorian, Mr. Kareem Leslie.
All right. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good morning. My name is Kareem Leslie, and I'm a senior at Green Tech High Charter School. Out of the many times I've said this introduction in interviews, speeches, volunteering, and formal meetings, this one definitely hits the most. This isn't just my final time introducing myself as a student of Green Tech, but it's all of ours. It's been a really, really long road, but I always remember the start of it like it was yesterday. All of us walked into the newly built gym and had to do one of the craziest workouts we've ever done at the time. From simple push-ups to flipping tires to crawling in the uncut grass from field post to field post. And I'll never forget that moment because that was one of the most important signs of us all being accepted into this high school. I'm not gonna lie, I can't be the only one that didn't want to come back the next day when I woke up sore, but some of us clearly sticked it out. Being able to get through boot camp 2 years in a row basically foreshadowed the success of the class of 2020. Coming to this school has had its ups and downs, and you all can probably agree with that. But one major upside to this entire journey is being able to develop and strengthen the brotherhood/friendships we have with one another. From being in class, clubs, frat, lunch, and being on the sports team. We all developed a sense of brotherhood and another family away from home to be able to rely on when times can get tough for any of us. We all made tons of memories that'll always stick with us. For me personally, 10th grade double period with Miss Aleki and Miss Snyder and AP psychology with Mr. Dalton was one of my favorite classes because of how crazy we were as a group while still maintaining good grades. And to all the parents, guardians, teachers, staffs, deans, and even the public speakers we had on Fridays in Lyceum, you have all had an enormous impact on all of the graduates today. Taking care of us in and out of school is probably one of the most difficult jobs you can take responsibility of. And for you guys to be able to push through and never give up, we want to thank you all. You all watch us on a consistent basis, act a fool of ourselves, and probably know you guys to death. But we wouldn't really be the best versions of ourselves without having you guys on our cases and keeping us in check. You all shaped us properly and made sure we are constantly presenting ourselves well and pushing to go above and beyond. These last 4 years hasn't been us coming to school every day just to leave. It's been a journey preparing us for a life as a young adult and taking care of responsibilities, especially during this current pandemic. We all had to show initiative to be able to still meet the graduation requirements while in the comfort of our own homes and not being forced to do work. You all checked up on us and made sure we knew what we had to do. Thankfully, we took the advice to be able to be at the point where we are now. Thank you for everything you have done and every second of every day you spent trying to prepare us to get ready for the real world. Briefly, I just want to thank my mom, my dad, my aunt, and all those people close to me that are called my brothers. Without you all, I definitely wouldn't be able to be who I am every day. You all keep me level-headed in some way, shape, or form and allow me to do the things I've done knowing that I have you guys in my corner. As of 2020, we finally made it. Students, be sure to thank the people closest to you and thank you to the entire Green Tech staff. We appreciate everything you've done for us. Much love. And before I go, I'd like to give a shout out to Mr. Dalton for always allowing me to know you over these past 2 years after class. Ms. Zaleki, thank you for basically watching me grow up these past 3 years. And thank you to the counselors and the staff, including you, Dr. Miller, including Mr. Seibert, everybody. Thank you all for everything you've done. We really appreciate it, and we love you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Beautiful words, Mr. Leslie. And you're an amazing individual as well as everybody else on this graduation. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys for making it and doing what you had to do. And also, what a common theme that keeps coming up is a thank you for staff. And I can't give it up enough. We have a phenomenal staff that have helped to get you guys here. So again, thank everybody out there who's watching as well. Next, we have Miss Aviza, who is going to present student recognition and senior awards.
Can everyone hear me okay?
Yes.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kat Aviza, Director of Student Services at Green Tech Charter High School. I would like to first start off by congratulating the entire class of 2020 on their proud accomplishment and today's marking of their graduation. I have personally had the privilege of watching you grow, learn, fail, and rise to get here today. You have made it, and no one can ever take that away from you. We do have a few outstanding scholars that I would like to recognize. We do have 5 National Honor Society members. And for those watching, this is a national organization in which chapters select students based on 4 criteria, the criteria being scholarship, leadership, service, and character. And so for the class of 2020, we have students wearing special cords that recognize this achievement. So we have Louis Marcano. He also participated in a 100-hour New York State internship. Congratulations to Mr. Marcano. We have Tayshawn Bailey, who's a National Honor Society member, who's participated in another 100-hour state internship with the mayor's office. Congratulations to Mr. Bailey. We have Tajon Clinton, who's also an Advanced Regents recipient and a 100-state internship award recipient. And then we also have Kristen Drew, who is also a decorated track all-star and known for his wit and exceptional grades. And last but certainly not least, Kareem Leslie as our class 2020 valedictorian, achieving a 4.0 this senior year, soon to be president of the United States. But we want to recognize those gentlemen for being members of National Honor Society. Next, we have the Triple C award winners. And so with this recognition, this is a New York State recognition that also recognizes courage, character, and commitment to New York State's outstanding students, whether succeeding in academic pursuits, participating in community service, displaying leadership skills, or overcoming personal obstacles. These students provide us with a hope for a brighter future. And this award was established to honor these leaders. And so last year, Nazir Sheldon was a recipient of this award as a junior. This year's award winners are Nazir Holder, Keenan Good, and Kareem Leslie. So do want to recognize those amazing scholars and congratulate you on that amazing accomplishment, recognizing Green Tech, yourselves, and your families. So amazing. And then last, every year, we do want to recognize a scholar that has demonstrated skills and perseverance in academics and in heart. This award is called our Justice Simon Award, given in memory and legacy of one of our late scholars. So Justice Simon was an outstanding alumni from Green Tech Charter High School with a strong moral compass. He graduated with an honors diploma, National Honor Society member, high jump track all-star, breaking all sorts of national records. He was a skilled basketball player who was very well known for his quick speed and ability to do monstrous dunks. He was a true man of valor, and he had become the first recipient of the Green Tech Charter High School Senior Coaches Award, which laid the foundation for others to follow. He passed away, sadly, in April of 2018 from a rare form of cancer. Today, Green Tech recognizes a scholar in his memory by giving a $1,000 scholarship to honor the Justice legacy. This year's scholar has demonstrated true perseverance and dedicated himself to growth. He came to us as a junior and really rose above a lot of academic challenges, never giving up on himself and never giving up on just the ability to be more successful. As an exceptional athlete, he has also taken advantage of his resources that are available to him. And we're more proud of him than we can speak on. So this year's recipient for the Justice Award is Justin Owens. So congratulations, Justin. We're so proud of you. So I'm going to recognize that and say congratulations. That's all.
Good job, all gentlemen who received awards and the recognition. You highly deserve it. This is the moment we've been waiting for. We have a video procession. The video is going to replace the young men walking across the stage, which nothing can replace that, but they had an opportunity to do so, and we videotaped it. So the video will be showing right now to everyone out there.
So going into our graduation this year, it was very difficult to think about how do we celebrate our scholars and how do we make this an important day for them with obviously maintaining social distancing and the CDC guidelines. So we really talked and listened to our students and just dialogued about what we can do to make this an impactful day. And so we came up with a virtual graduation where we could pre-film students walking across the stage, receiving their caps and gowns, and then get our families and students all together to celebrate the big day today.
What's going on currently with COVID and what's happening to African Americans, it's just given me more of a drive to just stay focused and make sure I become a successful young African American. From all the teachers I had, every single one of them, I appreciate what they did, teaching us, this hard times, especially through COVID. We're still getting lessons, still getting taught, still getting things done, and I appreciate that. Appreciate everybody.
Every morning, our administrative team, we meet every morning for about an hour, and we just had different subjects and topics to just make sure that this year wasn't just going to fall apart. And like I said, we just ensured the safety and make sure everybody's going to be successful, as well as the emotional support that we were able to give all our students and staff.
They have a chance to really look at what's going on in the world and reflect and figure out what their path is going to be. We need these boys. Afterward, we're going to need these boys to help rebuild this world, because it's going to be a whole different world once this is over.
Coming into Green Tech, I wasn't used to a charter school. Transfer from public school to a charter school was hard for me, if you say so, because public schools get out at 2:50, 3 o'clock. Charter schools get out at 4. Now, I'm glad that I made that decision to go to Green Tech, because the education here is better than public schools, and you learn more advanced stuff. You have more advanced classes at Green Tech than you have at a public school, and it keeps you more focused away from all the drama and stuff at public schools, fights and stuff like that. It just keeps you on track and just makes you a better student as you go to the next grade and the next level.
First coming to Green Tech, I was a little nervous since it was different from the last school I went to. It was an all-boys school, so I really thought mentally that was going to impact me a lot. But as time went on, especially now, it just allowed me to focus even more, and I appreciate that.
Green Tech is just a special place all around. It's a brotherhood. All 350 students, including the middle school, in addition to which we started this year. Role models. You see a lot of positive influence at the administrative level as well as in the classroom. The teachers and the students see each other daily. And like I said, it's just a bond that you build from day one.
So the work I had to put in to be able to reach Honor Society and be valedictorian was I had to stay up long nights to finish work hard, stay focused. Couldn't really distract myself with, what other people were doing or, just trying to fit in with everybody else. I just had to mainly work on focusing on my work.
At Green Tech, I learned to stay true to yourself and understand that you need to persevere in order to get what you need to do and want. And I'm very passionate about what I've done from my internship and also from my scholarship and being in National Honor Society. Led me to do a lot of things.
When I came in as it was a basketball school, because the basketball team at the time was it was something that was extremely popular in the community where a lot of kids come. I used to be part of the different programs they had. My brother went here. Me as a senior now, you realize that it's more than basketball. There's more things to it. Academically, they get you prepared for college. and you build bonds with like your teammates, even students like within the school. It's like a very small school, so you built like very close bonds with the other students, and the teachers and coaches and a lot of people here. So it's like a family.
So much about this place is special. I mean, I would say just our whole family environment. Like we all roll as one. And that's a big deal. We give these boys what they need. 6 o'clock in the morning, 11 o'clock at night, if need be. We here.
On top of me every day, just making sure I was good, making sure I wasn't getting in trouble, stuff like that. Make sure my grades were good. They had weekly reports on me every day, stuff like that. It was just good. They made me like into a better person. Like I feel like if I was at a public school, I wouldn't have that treatment, honestly. So coming into a charter school and having those teachers that really care about you like that, it's a lot. It helps a lot.
I've been with these guys since they all been freshmen. I've been here. This is my 7th year here. Last year when they were juniors, I became the dean. So it was a new role for me, and a new role for them to get used to me in, because I was just doing testing. And for that time, they were not worried about me as far as discipline goes. These guys, they trained me last year to be a dean. If anyone says that I'm good, it's because of them. It really is. I'm gonna miss these boys.
The person who helped me focus and get through high school, it was a collective amount of people. I would say it was definitely my family.
Mr. Visa, Ms. Campbell, Mr. Cyber, Mr. Forat, Mr. McKenzie, mostly everybody in the school, because they helped me out the most. My mom, my dad, for making me be this man I am today, and my grandma for always looking down at me, motivating me through this crisis and motivating me through this hard work and time.
The parents have just been so helpful just over these whole 7 years, really. But over these last 2 school years, they have been everything for me. We all sit down. That's when we have a breakthrough. Thank you to all the parents, just the whole Green Tech community. Thank you.
Is the help that you get from the teachers. You know, at certain schools, you're not going to be able to email the teacher and email you right back. You know, you get a one-on-one connection with the teachers, like what they say in certain colleges, and I appreciate that.
Shout out to Mom, my dad, Miss Weber, Coach Weber, Miss Alki, and Mr. Venable, and Miss Moore, of course.
Shout out Miss Alki, Miss Weber, Miss Avisa, Miss Lucarelli, and everybody who's helped me during this whole 4-year journey through high school. And also I'd like to thank out my internship person, Miss Hillary. She's amazing.
Relevancy about all this is that the black man is under attack. The injustices that the black man faces every day for the last 400 years. And one of the only things that can change that injustice and make a difference is becoming educated, becoming the weapon that they don't want to see. They don't want to see an educated black man. And so my goal and personal mission is to make sure that our young black men become educated, that they get a diploma at all costs, that we have long nights, early days. That means that we go to their houses. That means that we will do what it takes to make sure that they are successful. And so we got staff that go the extra mile. And a lot of times when the young men come into us, they don't value education the way that they should, or the way that we want them to. But it takes us 4 years to turn that around. So we turn that around by hard work, by love, by dedication, but by building systems that work for our young men. And so the significance of it all is that we're putting a weapon in these young black men, in their hands, in their minds. We're creating weapons, but we're creating that super weapon. We're creating that super weapon of their mind and having them go out into this world to be a success and make a difference. And so that's the significance for me, is that we're doing our jobs, creating these super individuals and giving them diplomas and the opportunity to go to college, the opportunity to go out and get a skill or trade, the opportunity to enhance their lives where they might not have seen that for themselves.
Not the way we regularly would, but we did it I ask you guys to keep pushing on the lessons that we learned here at Green Tech. We could use on for the rest of our life, whether you're going into the workforce or college. But we're always here for each other, no matter what's going on. The friendships you make at Green Tech could be lifetime. And wish you guys nothing but the best.
To everybody that's seeing this, all the class of 2020 that's currently attending Green Tech, continue to prosper. I enjoyed all of my time I had with you guys, and I see big things in the future. Keep doing what you're doing and stay focused.
Favorite moment? Oh, there's a lot of memories here, I ain't gonna lie. My favorite moment, this moment right here. If I'll say that, like, it took a long time to get here, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of ups and downs, arguments, demerits, ISS's, suspensions, you name it, but I'm here, you know what I'm saying? And I graduated last time I was in this building. I had a 4.0, and now I'm leaving here with a diploma, and I'm proud and happy to tell my mama that I did it.
right, young men, with all of that, I want to give you a warm congratulations. I would like you to take your tassels from the right and move them over to the left. I would like you to unmute yourself, throw your hats up in your parents' house and hit the ceiling and make some noise. You are now graduating from Green Tech.
Sir.
Left to right.
Right now.
Why you like that?
What a Oh yeah.
Put in the
You
chat.
can't unmute yourself.
I'm here. Yes.
All of you to stay.
Third.
Wonderful summer. Don't be. How you guys are doing? We love you. We congratulations. You have made it.
Joe. Prince, you're on the camera. Prince, get up. You're on the camera. I just put that Joe. You see?
Yeah, Prince, bro. This is skinny ass neck, bro.
What happened?
All right.
We'll see you soon. God bless. Proud of you guys.
All right.
Yeah, I know.
You at? Oh, I'll leave. Over there somewhere.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
Show you.
Oh my God.